Hello and welcome to Two Truths and a Lie, the game show where I tell you 3 stories, 2 of them being true and 1 of them being a lie, and you have to figure out which one is the lie. So I'm just going to get right into it. My first story comes from when I was a little kid and my family vacationed in Florida. We went to the Universal Studios theme park thing, and they had this twister thing that you had to be a certain age to get in, so I was too young and I couldn't get in. So my mom and my sister went inside and saw the show thing, and I guess it was something where you stand on a porch and there's a twister going by or something. I don't know, it was explained to me later. But anyway, my dad and I were sitting there, waiting on the bench right outside the ride show thing, whatever it was. And I was a little bit upset because I was a little kid and I was curious. I wanted to know what was in there. So I was sitting there just kind of talking to my dad when a lady walks up, and she had this giant Snorlax doll with her. And she goes, "Do you like Pokemon?" And me being a little kid, I pretty much grew up with Pokemon. I was like, "Yeah!" And she's like, "Do you want this?" I was like, "Yeah!" So that completely just made my day. I went around the park carrying around this giant Snorlax doll. I mean, I'm sure it was only really this big, not even that big to me now, but I was like, you can't see my arm showing how tall I was. I wasn't very tall, is what I'm getting at. So it was pretty huge to me. It was almost my size. So that's story 1. Story 2 comes from also kind of a long time ago, and it's my first video game. The first video game I ever played was called The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo. So I guess that one wasn't really a story, but still, that's number 2. Number 3, I guess it's still from, well, I guess it kind of has to be from the past, doesn't it, since I'm telling you a story. But it was when I was growing up. As I was growing up, my sister owned a couple different hamsters. And one of the hamsters, its tooth, I guess, I don't really know how to explain it other than its tooth overgrew and punctured its bottom lip. And it basically sealed the mouth so that the hamster couldn't eat and it starved to death. So those are my 3 stories. Tell me, which one do you think is the false one? Was it the one where the lady gave me the Snorlax doll? The one where my first video game ever was Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo? Or was it the one where my sister's hamster starved to death because its tooth overgrew? You decide. Well, I guess you're not really deciding, considering that one of them is a lie and the other 2 are truth. But regardless, tell me which one you think is the lie in the comments below. So if this episode, episode 1, the pilot episode of Two Truths and a Lie goes well, maybe I'll make another one of these. And I'll make an answers video when this video has 5 guesses from different people, because I don't want the same person guessing 5 times. Even though I don't know why they guess 5 times and there's only 3 choices. Regardless, only 1 guess. You get 1 guess, because, well, you could guess all 3, but you'd be wrong twice. So I guess I'm just kind of rambling on now so you can think about which one you think is the lie. So I guess I'll stop now. Comment below which one do you think is the lie. And until next time, I'm Shadefrost, the real one. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.